We are at a really interesting point because content is consumed in so many different ways and places. So if we can get better at building really relevant, really good content, getting it to the right audience at the right time, ultimately, I would hope that we could actually build less content.
In our industry, there are big players and then there are really small players. One of the things that we're trying to do is leapfrog our competitors. If we're just playing catch up to them, we're never going to win the race.
For Ciena specifically, the major pain point that we wanted to solve first is getting the marketing content house in order and then serving all that up to sales, because the major issue for sales is not being able to find what they need.
Content operations is basically the core of what most of our marketing efforts are. In the past, it was all events and product launches. Advertising is always going to exist, and it's always going to be important, but content's really where companies are going to be able to differentiate themselves.
Everything's digital now, and certainly that's where we see an opportunity to really reach our customer. Content has played an ever-increasing role in being that touch point for us, and there's so many different digital mediums.
We think about content as more than just, PDFs and things like that. It's actually also the conversations that the sales team, they're having with prospects and customers.
I look at content as an enabler of sales. For me, a big criteria for success not only is the content driving, growth externally, but is it really solving the need of the sales team? That's my internal customer that I have to serve.
One of the things that we used to see a lot of was the different silos kind of working on really similar projects and not knowing that somebody else was already doing that.
Having an understanding of what the team is working on, and certainly with leadership, they're most concerned about, are you growing the business or are you driving productivity? Being able to break down those silos, have that visibility, helps you drive a more impactful content strategy.
It's a longer term challenge that we're trying to solve to really get our arms around this whole content monster, and so we're only part of the way there at this point, but we're getting there. Before, we were never sure at what point our content was being used during that buyer's journey. Now we've gotten much more intelligent about deciding where a certain piece of content will be introduced to the buyer at which stage.
We don't have retail stores, right? So we don't have a place, at least at GE, where customers come to. So content, in many ways, is a very large driver of our customer experience. Compose has been a great partner. We've seen a lot of technologies out there that maybe solve one piece along that life cycle of a piece of content, but nobody who really understands it in full. And so having a partner that not only has the tool that enables us to look across that life cycle, but also, I'd say the industry know-how to help us be most effective along the life cycle has been extremely valuable.